Loving but frugal, yeah, coaching the jet. I am a criminal, don't need the press. 3 at a time, one on the press. 3 of them things, chefing like chess. Do what I want like the president. No one won't check me for negligence. Embezzling one of the benefits. Can't tell me nothing, cause I'm the head of it.
Yo, it's your boy, s01e01, a.k.a. Isaiah Thomas, a.k.a. Zeke, a.k.a. Curse Mark Poppy, a.k.a.
That bastard.
AKA.
This is the very first episode of Sinn3r Sundays. I've been doing like these forever. I just never put them out, but fuck it, this is finally the first time. I know I shot one before Valentine's Day, and then that basically made the very first episode what it is now, because it has to deal with
The call.
what are you gonna do when someone bigger, better, more famous, more illustrious, more muscles, more money? What are you gonna do when they call you a shorty?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do when they play ball? They're in the league. How are you gonna combat that? You can't.
You really can't.
I'm calling it The Call because, like Wale, I'm a big fan of Seinfeld, and I'm just gonna start. Everything is just gonna be. I've done projects like that, but never like Wale, because he's cooler and better, and he could probably get the call on some of my women. But it is what it is. He's a good guy. Oh, and he just did this thing. I think it was an anniversary for the album About Nothing or something like that. My favorite song from that project, I think, is the one with SZA. The Need to Know. Yo, Wale is super underrated, but then he kind of doesn't help in the category of himself, because he's just maybe a little too brash. He's like Russ in a sense, but I don't know. Russ has all the, I don't know. Russ is doing his thing over there. I fuck with Russ. A lot of people don't be fucking with Russ. I fuck with Russ. The confidence is cool. Like Wale, I fuck with the confidence, but I don't know if it does you any better in the eyes of the people that you want to, whatever, like you. But I fuck with it. Like, I'm a fan. I've been listening to this nigga since Nike Boots. Shout out to Two Dope Boys. They put me on everything that I listened to over the years. It's happened to me a few times. Usually, I've been the real nigga to put in the call, but, you know, sometimes there are people that are realer than you. And when that happens, what are you gonna do? If she comes back, you know, send her back to the streets after you do whatever you want to do with her. If you want to do it. The dog is grilling me. He doesn't like me talking to you. He'd rather me talking to him. One of my friends just sent me a bathing suit. She wants me to get her for, we're supposed to be going to Mexico. She's just like, yo, get this. And I'm gonna get it. Sometimes she doesn't fuck with me, sometimes she does. I prefer it when she does. Those are great times. And when she doesn't, they be like, we don't even gotta be like this. When I make the call, just pull up. Here's the thing. The Call. One of my friends, very cool, very poppin', degrees, has own place, she has a dog, she's well put together. We're friends. I'm not saying we've done anything in the past. We may or may not have. That's for the birds.
And the beast.
But she, during All-Star Weekend, it's in Chicago. Chicago's cool, but I mean, if you've been to Chicago a few times, it's like, it's cool. I mean, unless you like live there, then, you know, it's your home, so it's like your home. So it's like you can't argue with it. But I'm from New York. I fuck with New York crazy. It's either New York, Cali, because I be in Northern Cali more than I be in fucking LA and shit, but I like LA a lot. It's like in New York. All the New Yorkers are over there. It's kind of sick. I know the price is up. I like Atlanta. I've only been there a few times, but it's a good vibe. A lot of black people. I always feel good when there's a lot of black people around. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but Shorty works for, I can't really say what she works for, but somebody who plays in the league, NBA, no names, hit her up like,
Yo, pull up for the weekend.
he wasn't doing anything at any of the events, but you know, you have breaks, so why not go? They pulled up, and Shorty had a boyfriend, or has a boyfriend, or still like has a man. Feel me? And it's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's weekend. Like that shit. It was Friday. Friday was Valentine's Day. She basically went ghost on her man for 3 days and came back and was like,
Yeah, I was out in Chicago for work.
and that is something that she can do. Like that's something that she can say. She was like, yo, I'm swamped. She told me she had a great time. She ended up going back with her man. They ended up having Valentine's Day or whatever on like Monday, and there was no problem.
There's nothing coming out.
Nothing's sacred anymore. That's why I'm big on polygamy or just being a bachelor. or just finding a woman that is down with being with other women because we can share. I've been feeling like I've been eating a lot of pussy. You gotta get it started. And after like I wake up, my shit be sore. It's like I've been working out. In one of the episodes, I think I was trying to talk about like setting up a threesome. That was like the episode before Valentine's Day. And then I set it up. Very proud of results. Even though
I could have done better. I was tired though.
I had a warm up. And not one of the regular because sometimes men, you know, we before, which is weird, but you know, just to, you know, get that thing off, you know, just getting that habit. Yeah, had a good warm up. So I was like giving B+, A effort. It was great all around though. A lot of mouths being used. I always love threesomes, but it's a bit tiring. I think I'm getting too old for them. I've been hearing people talk about getting too old for stuff like that. Yeah, I just slow it down. Or you just do a lot of foreplay. Foreplay really helps a lot too, because it's just easy to just dive in after. So that was just sick. I just don't understand like how the call, like how someone could just make a call and you could just drop what you're doing and just go be with them even though you haven't. I think it's just the experience though. They just like the thrill or just the adventure. I mean, who doesn't? But usually the men are the one like making the call and women are the one who follows.
I gotta find a cool.
I really want Carrie Champion. Like, she is the best of the best. Last month was Black History Month, and I did a few pods where I just mentioned some black people that I thought were just influential and just positive to the culture right now. Like Joe Robinson, Joe Freshgoods. He is like a pioneer, bootlegger extraordinaire. He did what he did on the streets, turned it into a very profitable business. Stores, managed artists, did his own thing. Now he's working with New Balance and Kawhi Leonard, the NBA. Come on. His shoe was worn on national television. Come on. The second person I did, I think, was Hovain. He is more of a background person because he's a manager. But if you knew what he was doing on and off, everything, I mean, I can't speak on a lot of things, but Hovain is an individual that you should just check out and just always, he's pretty funny too. You know, big guys are always hilarious, you feel me? Shout out to Hovain. Who else did I do? I think it was Carrie Champion. What she did at ESPN was amazing over the years. To me, she was the reason I was watching First Take B-Sides. I mean, it was a great dynamic between all of them, even though I can tell that they don't really fuck with like the women moderators, really. Like none of them. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like they don't really want them to have that much of an input. I like Joy Taylor in terms of like, to me, she's like the best one. I do like Jenny too, but she doesn't get to talk a lot, but she gets a better role than Molly. Niggas don't fuck with Molly like that. I fuck with Molly. Shout out to Jenna Rose. Sharpest hairline anywhere else. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But speaking of basketball, my Rockets have been spiraling. Just lost to the Hornets. I don't know why we lost to the Hornets, but it is what it is. It's a 3-game losing streak, but we're gonna bounce back. I think we're still 4th, but the West is always crazy. I'd rather be number 1, but the Lakers are on a mission. The Bucks are also on a mission. Who do I think it's gonna be? I kind of want to see a Clippers fucking Lakers Western Conference final, but I really want the Rockets to get a ring, so I'm not sure. Bro, there's nothing else in there. You finished everything. This nigga's a savage. He already ate. We're losing crazy. We're gonna bounce back though. I don't know who we play next, but the Brody and the see, a lot of people haven't been talking about Westbrook's game. He should be in the MVP conversation. Well, he should be every year, but it's just crazy. Numbers off the charts. I remember before the season, I was talking with someone and he was like, yo, Draymond Green and them would have a better season than Westbrook since whatever. I'm like, bro, are you serious? And then if we look at what's been happening, I need to give that man a call and see like how he's feeling. The Warriors are looking pedestrian. People are saying that they're gonna bounce back. Sure. But for now, I like how pedestrian they're looking, you feel me? I was a big fan when it was Monte and them, but KD going over was not the wave. Now they can be accepted. And now KD can win his way back in my heart for doing good things in Brooklyn. Win. I love it. But rest in peace to Kobe. It's been, and I was out in LA when Pop Smoke died, and I just got the vibe that I shouldn't go to Cali as much as I go to Cali, because a lot of people have been dying in Cali, and there's a lot of great people, or just like people who had more to do. I mean, people die everywhere, which is just a sick thing to just think about. But if you actually think about it, there's like people die every second. Someone's born every second. So to me, I was thinking about reborn, like rebirth and shit, or resurrection. But rest in peace to everyone that has gone in Cali. And rest in peace to everyone that's gone too soon. Even good or bad, we still have a mark to leave, and it sucks when it's incomplete. Because I feel like it's complete once you're like 80 or whatever. I don't know. Since I've been having some flights, I've been watching some TV on the flights. Prodigal Son was one, because it's Jesus from The Walking Dead. I gotta get back on The Walking Dead. I'm like a season behind. But it's a really good show. It's very weird. It's a little twisted, but I like things like that. Apparently, I like a lot of detective stuff. It gives me a little insight into the minds, because even though TV shows are fiction, they still draw certain aspects or certain things from real life. So I think Prodigal Son is pretty dope. I gotta get back on The Good Doctor. All that fall stuff. I fell off like around the winter break because I just been doing a whole bunch of bullshit. Hunters, I just got put on. I had to rewatch a few episodes, but it is really good. Really good. I feel like it's a good time to bring, Al Pacino's been winning crazy. Like, I think the year just started and he's already just winning. The Irishman came out this year, I think, right? I think it's a good time too for this show, because a lot of BS has been happening to the Jewish community. I'm a big fan of the Jewish community. I'm in the Jewish community, so to speak, because one of my banks is a Jewish bank, and I can't even be in that bank without a fucking introduction. I'm grateful forever. I've always felt like they got a bad rep, except with the driving thing. They're horrible. Well, the acidic ones that I know in Brooklyn.
Baby, why? Baby, why? Baby, why?
I'm sorry if that's a little whatever, but I'm sorry. They be wildin'. Like, I can't even, I can't, I'm sorry. Just a specific, it's the ones in the minivans. Other than that, I love them all. But the minivan George people be wild and so reckless with the speed. You're not gonna understand unless you're from New York. So other than that, it's okay. I love them all. Anyway.
Spoilers, bitch. Hey, bitch. I'm about to spoil something. Go do something else.
Hunters is about, it's in the 70s, a young dude doing his thing. His grandma ends up getting killed, but his grandma was from the internment camps and shit. Hey, go. Go, boy. Yeah, his grandma got killed. Story that he ends up finding out that his grandma went through. You know what I mean? And Al Pacino, a whole bunch of things happened. And they start hunting not the people that were in America, because the Americans brought them over because they were great minds, so to speak, and they put them in Nassau. Brought them over and just helped them have a new life. They deserve to be hunted, so they got hunted. And that's pretty much how it goes. I'm on the last episode. It took me a while to get to the last episode because life is life. I'm not supposed to say this, but I love villains. I fuck with Travis. The quotes or the way he just torments his victims just be... I'm a sick individual, but I fuck with Travis. When he pulled up to the nigga in the bowling alley and he was... Yo, he pulled up to him saying, "I'm not your mother, I'm your dog." It was, I guess, the book that he would read his kid. And he was reading it to his kid, and then he told the kid that he is the monster in the closet that his father can't see. He's the real boogeyman. And then he proceeded to beat up his friends with a bowling ball. Hello. I recommend it. I recommend Prodigal Son. I don't know, try something else. If you have a recommendation for TV shit, hit me up. I'll check it out. In terms of anime, I'm a little behind, but I caught up on Black Clover. I haven't watched it and shit. I'm more so on manga than the anime. I don't know if there's anything I should watch. Someone tell me. I did watch. The last thing was Vinland Saga, and that was fire. Started reading it, fire. I think a new one just literally came out the other day, and they don't really drop like that, so I gotta read that. I gotta read One Piece. One Piece is one of the greatest things. In terms of anime to recommend, I feel like I've done this every episode because every episode I've shot is the first episode, but you should read or watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You can watch the first one too. That's the one I grew up on watching, so I highly recommend it. It's just different. Like, it's a different style, so to speak, and it's a different ending, and they got like movies towards it and shit. The Brotherhood one is true to the manga, the way the artist made it. Attack on Titan, another great one, comes out every month. Well, in terms of the manga, they're on like 126 chapters, I think. Season 4 just ended last year or something like that. I forgot where it's at, but they still got a good way to go to catch up, so you're good on, you got time. Go do whatever. And the last one would be Yu Yu Hakusho, because I am your Meshi, and it is great. I didn't read the manga. I watched that shit on, I don't know if that was Toonami. It was whatever that shit was after school, really. And then just kept on watching it, and then at some point I ended up getting to download the Japanese shit so I could finish it, because you couldn't really finish it in America, but it's really good, and those are my recommendations. If you have any anime recommendations,
Please, give it to me. I need them.
so we ran through the bullshit that women do, and I guess men do too, because it's kind of fucked up to be a man and just like make that call when you know a girl got some shit going on, and it's kind of fucked up to have sexual relationships with your friends, even though they have men in their lives who would mind and who you've dapped up. I've never been one to judge. What else? Gave you some TV, gave you some anime. Oh, music. I did briefly with Wale. In terms of music, I should always grateful to 2doughboys.com. They put me on to so many things since like 07. Fucking J. Cole to come up. Fucking, I don't know if I heard the Millie Drake shit from there, but I know Big Sean's shit I heard on there. Cause all the artists that I listen to today are still loved, like Currency, Wiz, fucking, yeah, Ain't My Whole Body. I have no tats, and I love that shit. There's a lot of shit now that I fuck with, like Benny the Butcher. I like bars, but I can't really always get bars. I think Lil Uzi just dropped a project. He had like a cooler rollout where he had people choose the shit, like the album cover and certain shit. I gotta listen to that. I know Meg just dropped the album or something after getting a restraining order. Her whole situation is a little iffy. I feel like it's always best to just do it yourself independently. That's what I do. Work with artists or work with like labels in terms of writing. You could always work under the table. You don't have to be signed to a contract or held down in any way, shape, or form. Most of those contracts are bogus, feel me? And they sign you away for a while. Like those album deals, they be like 5+, and usually people put out albums like every year. You're more or less stuck to that for 5 years, more or less. It's sick. I mean, sometimes people find a way to fudge it up, like with smaller projects. I think you could just probably put out like a seven tracks. Like, that's one, and then put out another 7 like same year and just try to get like 2 to 3 out. That wouldn't work with me because like this year I'm gonna put out 12 tapes. My tape's supposed to be dropping right now because I took the last 2 weeks off. I've been putting songs out every week. Basically at the end of the month I'm gonna drop like a compilation of I guess the songs I put out and maybe like 6 or so more. Boom. I missed the last 2. I was supposed to drop something it's at the end of February, but I was a little preoccupied. I was out of town and just wasn't in the mood. Now we're back. The project is called Siege. The one from March is called Boo.
Obviously.
The concept, I believe, for that, each song I have a name of a porn star that I love and admire. I don't know if I've been with any of them. I may or may not have, but I'm just dedicating it to them. I don't know how many songs is gonna be on it because I basically make these shit as they go. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because since I drop songs every week, I don't know. I'm not really missing anything because I drop projects and the projects have more songs than whatever. But Tiana, I know there's a Jada. I'm not trying to say that because I don't want you to hold me to it. I should probably name one Cherry. Oh no, porn stars of the week. I'll do it in a second.
Music.
I've been making music for a long time. Started making music because I loved it. I could think back listening to
Redacted.
I used to sing a lot of Redacted songs, a lot of Michael Jackson, love Mike, big fan of Jay. But Eminem was, I feel like the person, because CD player time, no internet like that. I don't know if it was Lose Yourself. It was like '03. I was writing down Lose Yourself lyrics on a piece of paper so I could like learn it. No, I did have internet then. But I was still doing that. I don't think there was like lyrics like that, or maybe I just wanted to memorize it that way. My love for Eminem wanes a little. Like, I have a whole bunch of love and respect. Think he's outrageous. No one can rhyme the way he rhymes. Even though I feel like that's like a white thing though. They love the double time, which is a very intricate way of rhyming because that pattern is very obscure. Like, how do you... And to connect it and make it make sense. But then at the same time, it's just gibberish though. I'm not gibberish, but they're not saying nothing. Like,
They might be saying something, but they're not saying nothing.
that's why I don't really like it. I prefer like when people are just like saying shit. You feel me? I don't know if it's a slow thing because I rap pretty, not slow, but like, so you could just, I'm speaking you. I don't know. My fuck with him. I need to listen to the project he dropped. I heard it was really, really good, so I need to check it out. Like, I fucked with a few stuff on like the stuff that he's been dropping, like on Kamikaze. I like a couple stuff on there. I don't know if it's Relapse or Recovery. Not Recovery. I think it was Relapse. The shit with like the pills, but he only had like 2 songs on there that I fucked with. And then before that, I fucked with every project. Joe Budden, big fan, loved all this shit. He was one of the people for Black History Month that I did. Pioneer, if you was an internet soldier from the jump, you would know progress that he's made from here to now. It's outstanding. I actually know or have a couple of stories I can share, but it's not for me to share. I gotta share it with him first because I want to ask him about it because it's a funny situation. Anyway, he's very brash.
Very bad.
If you know him, I suppose he's very, very big. That's how most people are. Like, you just gotta know that. If you don't know them, they might appear to be one way. That's just how it is with anything. How you gonna think you know someone when you don't? I mean, with him, you kind of might feel like you know him because of the music. And he's always been like in front of a camera, so to speak, doing YouTube shit before it was popping.
Music.
I was like, you can't even just think of Pump It Up. Because if you listen to the first time it's fire. And if you listen to mood music stuff, some of the hardest shit is on. He has a lot of bar shit, and he has a lot of fucking simp shit. Like, the simpiest emo shit. Like, oh man. And back in those fucking high school days,
When you're dealing with some of that shit, it's like, oh shit.
I remember one time fucking one of the girls that I didn't even do anything with. It was crazy because the older me would just be very upset at the younger me. I ended up sending her like his lyrics for their diary. I don't know.
I was a writer, not a writer.
But then I finally became a really good writer. It took a lot of time, a lot of practice to develop my own sound. I've been writing since like '03, but didn't start recording music till like '07, '09-ish. Then put out my first project like 2011, I think, and just been putting out music. I'm on my currency, love currency, so I've been like following that model, so to speak. I don't really do it for money, it's more therapeutic. I do my own life, I have my own stuff to deal with, but I love it. I don't know where I would be without it in terms of who I am, so I decided to do it more or just to put myself out there. So this is why I made the podcast. If you want to support, you can go to the merch site. We got Sinn3rSundays.com. Replace the E with a 3 and you can get there because I might say the 3rd. There's a whole bunch of stuff, some fire shit. You can get for your girl, for your mom, for your sister, for your grandma. Better get some stuff for your grandma. We got unisex sizes, so get her a dad hat too. This is not from me. This is obviously Nike, but
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
and before we go, we should probably do porn stars of the week. It's only one porn star. I don't really know what we're gonna do this week because I haven't really been hard. Who was the last one that I had to? Actually, I got my porn computer right over here. It's in business, personal. I got another one over there. I got another one over there. But those aren't for thing. I know. Oh, one of the songs is called Banks. It's either for Naomi Banks or Sarah Banks. Shout out to the Banks, you feel me? If you don't know about Naomi Banks, OG. I think she directs now. I'm not sure. I never tried to see like if she does. Never. Anyway, yeah, she directs. I know for sure. In terms of Sarah Banks, I think she's still in the biz. I haven't seen a scene from her in a minute, but she is fire. She's so fire. I love the personally with the shorter, with the smaller tits, but I'm a man and I can't judge when people when women decide to do things like that, like nose jobs. When you're a really good singer, you don't would that even fuck up your shit? Like fuck up like your nasal if you get a nose job and you're a singer?
I know, but that's not for me to judge. I'm not today. Ego did a project. I need to listen to that. Ego.
I need to listen to that for sure. I'm saying that right after Porn Stars. And I didn't even give a porn star. Drake did some new shit, which is fire. I fuck with the Not Around snippet leak shit that dropped too. And it's a dope song. Very dope. It's very catchy.
He gets it. He gets it.
Fucking, I've been listening to that name for a minute too. One of my favorite ladies, the one I've been talking about when we're going away. We do like battles of music in terms of what was an artist, like what she feels was the artist's favorite project. Like she likes with Travis, she likes Days Before Rodeo, Be Better Than Rodeo, me too. I like 6 songs on Rodeo. I went on Genius.
They got like a forum and shit, and those niggas love rodeo.
Rare that shit. I like Astro World better than Rodeo. I fuck with her because she like Days. I fuck with Days 100% better than Rodeo. And Al Farrell. Al Farrell got some like heat on there, but people sleep on Al Farrell. I like Astro World too. I think Astro World, but Birds in the Trap is like to me very, very great. Like I like Birds better than Rodeo too. We were talking about Ye. She loves Late Registration better than I guess the other ones. I prefer Graduation. Graduation is like top tier. Late Registration is second, but then College Dropout is really, really good. So they battle, but Late Registration has more songs, I believe. So when it's more songs, then it's better. But it got some skits, but not like College Dropout has skits too, but shorter. Graduation fire, all like 1 through 10 or whatever it was. They say Kanye had like one of the best 5 album run, and what was it after Graduation is Yeezus, not Yeezus, 808s, and then it was My Beautiful Twisted. My Beautiful Twisted is amazing. In terms of 808s is really good. I never really hated on it. I used to sing Harlots walking down the street, like the street lights, just singing that shit. Yeah, it's an amazing album. And it kind of helped shape music today, even though
Niggas like T-Pain was already pioneering the shit.
but I think he was used in that process, so it doesn't really matter because the real no. To me, Jay has really good album runs,
I feel like he never lost.
but I'm biased. Drake has a good stretch of album discography or whatever, but it's all subjective. I think in terms of his best work, to me, it might be If You're Reading This, It Was Too Late, or Nothing Was the Same, like everyone else that's been recently been saying it. But if you listen to everything, they're pretty dope. Like Views is a really good album. The playlist More Life was really good. I be in the gym singing Blem while I'm benching, you feel me? And I love UK like grime shit, so it's always good to hear Skepta and other artists like getting more spotlight. Niggas like Dave need more spotlight. AJ Tracy, Fredo, they're already blown up over there. Jay Hush, I just recently learned about him. I gotta hear more. The UK shit be funny. I love the way they talk, bro.
It's safe, bruv.
Crazy, bro. It's safe, isn't it? Top Boy was a good show too. I often get told that I'm like too shade. More than one girl. I think it's like women that tell me that. I think niggas aren't gonna say this.
Like niggas don't give love in New York.
Everything is up. What was the last thing I was looking at? I was looking at something up.
Pornhub.
Amy Day, that's a good one.
I think you like the white tape.
And then the next one is Jada Stevens, Miss Two Cheeks Back. Jada, I got a song on Bull. Fuck it, Jada Stevens, Pioneer, amazing. Watch it porn, it's like maybe like 6th grade or some shit, which is kind of young. But you know, once that shit goes up, your head starts going crazy. Like, or not watching porn, because I think like 6th grade, I was like bang into like Tyra Banks, like pictures, PNGs. But yeah, 6th, 7th grade maybe, because I did have a computer, desktop. Jerking off at a desktop is sick. Whoever does that is sick. Like sit down in a chair. Like I need to be like.
Amazing.
But Jada Stevens fire. I seen her in the Justin Slayer scene.
Mrs. Pretty Pussy.
I had to remember the name because I always gotta go back to it. It's like fire. Fucking, she was a blonde at the time. I think her earlier scene, she was a blonde. I'm so glad she didn't go another night for like cosmetic.
Everything about her is amazing. I don't know if I could say anymore.
But she's just fire, everything. If there's a way for you to see her or meet her or just say hi to her, pay the price, pay whatever it is, just pay. You'll have a great time. She's so dope. She gave me one of her hats. It's in Brooklyn. She's dope, yo. Jada Stevens. I think I'm gonna have something here so that you could see the fire. Like, you know, I'm gonna leave her at her Instagram name, all that. You should know though, Miss Two Cheeks. She was on the Joe Budden podcast too. They did like a live shit and she was there. That's why I fuck with the podcast. But that podcast is really, really dope. It kind of made me want to start mine. I'm not reviewing the shit that they do, even though someone should make a podcast reviewing other podcasts, even though that's probably what other people do, but they just don't say it. I listen to them a lot and been listening to Joe for a long time. That's why it's so easy for me to listen. I was following him with the YouTube shit, Everyday Struggle. Then I wasn't listening to the podcast because I was figuring Everyday Struggle. But then Everyday Struggle done, so just the podcast. Watch the Revolt shit, State of the Culture. I'm very proud of the progression. Fuck with Maul, fuck with Rory, fuck with Park, fuck with everybody over there. Savon, Erickson. I mean, I don't know him, but I fuck with the work, the grind, so to speak. Other podcasts I listen to is the Bill Burr podcast, and that's a really good one. And I listen to Bill Burr because I heard I think it was Rory, he was talking about Bill Burr. And I started listening to his comedy shit, and it's hilarious. So check out Bill Burr. Yeah, before I go, I want you to listen to Zeke. Zeke is really dope. Audio Mac exclusive for the first week, but then it's gonna be on all streaming services after that. Also, Offset is really good at acting. I didn't think it was possible. I seen like a caffeine ad, and caffeine is gonna be something really huge pretty soon. But that's for a story for another time. I've never seen that kind of Offset. I've literally never seen him talk in the way he's been talking, acting and doing shit. Shout out to Offset. Yeah, and I hope someone checks on Post Malone. Posty, take it easy, please.
This is your boy, Sinn3r Sundays, signing out.